Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we watched the Emperor Pilaf, the Curse of the Blood Rubies movie.
It's about, you kind of getting a sneak peek into our thoughts about this movie.
And, it's for sure just some sneak peeks. This is when you look up reviews and they say you could just skip it. I'm like, well, we're gonna watch it because we're completionists.
Yeah, we're completionists. We guaranteed that we would watch this movie. We told you we would. Within 10 minutes of beginning the movie, we realized we definitely could have skipped this movie.
Yeah. But anyways, just to jump into some quick trivia facts here. A lot of it is talking about scene removals for the original time it was sent over here.
Ooh, interesting.
In the 1995 North American release, it removed a lot of content. The earliest edit is when Goku encounters Bulma. She shoots him in the head 3 times, completely cut out of the movie. There's also when the next scene was he it takes place at the capsule house, which is just for recycled from the Emperor's Quest, and it does not appear in the original release.
Yeah.
When it came over to North America, the scenes where they go to Roshi's place is all just from the that episode. And then during Goku's fight with Yamcha, it looks like any of the scenes where Goku was getting pummeled by the Wolfang Fist cut out completely. It looks like it was no more than just one kick.
Yeah.
It also looks like Yamcha exclaims "You little shh" before before Bulma arrives, and that's also cut out, of course. Upon noticing that Roshi possesses a Dragon Ball, the whole "show me your stuff" type of stuff shows up. Of course, that's completely cut out for the North American stuff. It shows Roshi turning into her and then them attacking the house. It just kind of cuts over all of that. The shuttle ride sequence after leaving Roshi's island was shortened, but it's not sure why. They cut out the flashback where Pansy hears back on him, And that just completely cut out until the film's climax in one of the versions that they released over here.
Yeah.
They don't show that flashback until she's about to go wish on the dragon.
See, I think some of those removals that we actually saw in the version that we watched.
Yeah, our version seemed to be an uncut version.
The complete uncut version.
Yeah, because we saw basically all of it. We
saw everything you
pummeled.
described. It seemed like we had seen the extended cut. So.
This is all just stuff that was removed when it was originally released over here. The most sanitized version of this already sanitized movie.
Yeah, the most sanitized. I mean, could you even count that as with the amount that they took out? It would have been probably sub 45 minutes.
Yeah,
it's just an extended episode special. It's not even a movie at that point.
They also cut out the scene where Yamcha gets blasted by the gun, and cut out the scene where he punches her in the breast.
It seems like they took out all of the things that are questionable for a 5-year-old audience.
Yeah. There's also dialogue that was altered, like when Bulma is stuck into the wall with the power pole. In the Japanese version, she says she wets herself, while in the dub she screams she's having a crisis. When Oolong confronts Pansy, he demands that she marry him, and she shoots him in the face, and then threatens to eat her. The dub, it was altered to him sarcastically saying, "Well, what do we have here?" And then the whole thing with the full course meal. Yeah. When Goku and Oolong are ambushed by Yamcha, they explain Pooh explains a different explanation for his transformation in the original version. In the new version, she claims that he was still panning, but then in the altar he was changed to flunking out instead of
stealing his panties.
Yeah,
or stealing panties.
Yeah. During the climax, she wishes that the blood rubies will disappear. But in the dub we watched, she just wishes is for her land to be peaceful and beautiful. We did actually see that part. Mm-hmm. And Shinron just kind of assumes the right thing on that. It makes sense that the dub was shifted the dialogue.
Yeah, it was like, I want to be beautiful.
Yeah. Also, there was and a different version of the dub. The blood rubies were called Earth rubies. And they were originally called the rich stones in the original Japanese version, which that just feels Toriyama to me.
Yeah.
Oh, there's these powerful rich stones.
Yeah, Toriyama. If there's one negative you can give Toriyama, sometimes he just takes the easiest route when naming things.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Like, you know what? When you're writing as much as he is and you're making as many things as he is, it's like a DM who's had like a 300 session like world game going on. Sometimes your NPCs are going to be called Bob and Michael, and you're not going to go any crazy names. It's like sometimes you just take the easiest route.
Yeah. And then for the trivia, it was in terms to date of the original Japanese publication. This is the first time in the entire franchise where it's shown that summoning Shinron turns the sky dark. Because it doesn't happen until then. It's part of the mythos because later on in a plot point in a different series way later on, a character is able to realize the Dragon Balls hadn't been used yet because the sky hadn't been turned dark.
Ah, nice.
But the reason why it's the first time is because Emperor Pilaf, it was already dark when he...
It was already dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there thinking, like, the sky was definitely dark.
Yeah.
So it must have already been dark.
Yeah. And then a few weeks before this came out, there's Goku in the manga uses the Dragon Balls to bring somebody back to life. Later on, like the manga later on when this movie was coming out, it was a few weeks before or a few weeks after this movie. He does that, and then there's like not been an official confirmation, but there's some theories that Toriyama told the movie producers to turn the sky dark since he was going to use it at that point. And kind of like set it up,
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. That would make sense.
And this movie was used as the basis for the live action Chinese Dragon Ball movie, Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins.
Nice.
And in 1995 release, Bulma was played by two actresses in the 1995 English dub. The film was dubbed prior to the 13 episodes coming out in America. And Maggie Blue O'Hara played her. And that was... sorry, my stuff jumped around on me. Yeah, Maggie Blue O'Hara was the Funimation's first choice, but she was let go after the movie and then recast for the stuff we've heard now, which is why the voices sounded weird,
Yeah, that kind of gives a prelude to some of our complaints. I personally think some of the voice acting choices in the movie, it makes sense. Like I was thinking maybe like they just couldn't get the same people back for the movie because of time constraints. Yeah. It makes sense as actually was dubbed before the episodes were dubbed.
Yeah.
So then maybe like this was a test run for some of the dub choices and they changed the dub. Or what happened there is they couldn't like bring her back for the dub of the show or whatever. Yeah. Like whatever might have happened. So that will explain our complaint about some of the voice acting in this movie.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of the voice acting choices here she does eventually come back to play her later on in Dragon Ball Z, the one that plays her in this movie.
Yeah.
But then she's replaced again. She comes back and voices her.
They just keep giving her
for
a bunch
about
of chances.
100 episodes of Dragon Ball Z before she gets kicked off again. And then the 2010 English dub of this, which I don't know what dub version we got, but it was the first time that Colleen Clickenbeard voiced Goku, replacing Stephanie Naldoni. And though Colleen Clickenberg also voices Kid Goku in a different series. And yeah, that's basically the rest of that's all the trivia I have on this. And so, time to jump into a little bit of a recap. Previously on Dragon Ball, Curse of the Blood Rubies. We get to meet new characters. Pansy and her group of family that are mostly farmers are getting their land completely destroyed by an army. Pansy shoots one of the army men in the head with a slingshot, and then Pasta and Bongo come over, or Bongo mostly comes over, and is going to like handle it on... Or no, her dad steps in.
Yeah, basically a soldier goes to, I think, like butt her, hit her with the butt of his gun.
Her dad saves her, and then Bongo comes over and beats the crap out of her dad.
Yeah.
And then they all drive off. We find out that they're there by King Gurume, who is like going filthy, nasty, ugly with disgusting heat and stuff. And so he's trying to, bounce around and eat all the blood rubies he can, but also can't get the Dragon Balls to relieve himself of this curse that he has over him. And then we jump to Goku, and it's basically the whole first arc of the show, sped around and altered slightly, until we get to the end, and there's a big fight between Gurame and Goku and their forces that they try to combine the Dragon Balls, and then in the end, Pansy wishes that all the blood rubies would go away.
She wishes for her land to go back to being beautiful and awesome.
Yes.
And within that, Shinran, the dragon, takes the blood rubies away and then rebuilds everything.
And the day is saved, and that's the end of that. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball: Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Yeah,
Jesse, go for it.
Yeah, this you could skip this movie very much. Like, we have to admit, at least I have to admit, that sometimes I look at reviews of like movies and TV shows, and I want to believe the better reviews over the bad reviews. Sometimes if it's overwhelmingly bad, it's like, okay, I should probably believe the bad reviews. Like, not this many people are going to hate on this movie, you would like to think.
Yeah.
But we went in.
Especially when you check out a few reviews and it's like, the review, it's just like, I hate this because woman or whatever.
Yeah,
It's not this movie. It wasn't review. Normally, if there's a bunch of bad reviews, you're kind of like, okay, this has to be.
I'm a little skeptical. Yeah. I'm a little skeptical,
but not as long as the reviews seem valid and they're not just like, I don't like blank, so therefore this
DI stuff like that. The classic modern this makes you choose your pronouns. I hate this game. It's like those type of reviews. You can easily ignore those. Looking back on, I didn't look at the reviews. You did.
Yes.
So you can probably fill this in more. But from the way it sounds and the way the movie was, I'm going to guess a lot of the reviews were probably complaining about the fact that it was just new thing for 5 minutes at the beginning. Completely rehashing and speedrunning the entire first arc. But instead of it being Pilaf's incompetent goons, it's actually competent bad guys, and then you get to the end and it's new stuff for another 5 minutes.
So a lot of the reviews that I saw going into this movie is it's completely skippable. It wasn't, nobody was saying the movie was bad. There wasn't people being like, this sucks, this is an awful movie, the animation sucks, the voices suck, XYZ. There was nothing people weren't complaining that the movie was bad or not made well.
There was, I would assume at most it was mostly just if there was something bad, it was something really niche that I didn't like this thing, but I could understand people might like this thing.
Yeah, but
it was definitely it's skip the movie. There's no
the bad reviews were this movie was completely skippable a waste of my time.
Yeah, why did they waste time even making this movie?
Yes.
It's kind of, I assume, the sentiment.
Yes.
Which hate to break it to people if you're wanting to watch this movie. This is probably going to be the only time I'm going to recommend this on this podcast. You don't have to watch this if you don't want to, along with us. If you don't want to rent it for $4 to $5, don't save your money. You're not missing a whole lot of anything. You're missing a potential OG voice actor picks from Funimation, and you're missing Pansy and her parents and her village and some new cursed king for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else you're missing.
Yeah, this movie is
You watched a much better telling of the first arc by watching the first arc.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing with this. I did not hate it. I didn't dislike it. I just felt like it was a waste of time. Yeah. And that's, I have positives to say, but I'm just getting the negatives out of the way first. But yeah, the main negative is just that it was just oh, we sat down to watch this movie, and 53 minutes later, it's this all could have been an email.
It is very much this could have been an email type movie. Yeah. That's a great way to describe it.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Goku runs into a person after going on a fishing trip. That person turns out to be Bulma. She has an altercation where she thinks he's a bad guy. He thinks she's a monster because he doesn't understand technology.
And the only thing different in that entire scene is it goes by faster. She's riding the bike, not driving a car, and there's people actively stealing his Dragon Ball at the time that they meet. That is the only thing different.
Another thing different, Goku knows in this, I'm calling this a pocket dimension or an alternate universe version of what happened. Goku knows that that's not his grandpa. He knows that it's just a Dragon Ball that his grandpa thinks is special and he gave to him. He understands that. He says that.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does say that at one point where he said, instead of being like, "That's my grandpa,"
Completely
he's like,
skimmed over
my
that.
grandpa gave that to me. Anyways,
Yeah, I think that is a great way to describe the plot of this movie. Is that just imagine it's like going with in Marvel Cinematic Universe terms.
Yeah.
If like I'm just going to go by like base numbers.
Yeah.
Imagine like the main series is Earth 1. This is like the main plot line for Earth 1. This is Earth like 2 or 3. Like this is a different complete parallel Earth where different things happen and stuff is either happening faster or differently or there's slight altercations to people's characters. Yeah. That's all you need to know about this movie. That's if you go in thinking that way, you will enjoy this movie a little bit more probably.
Yeah. And that's my whole thing too. Is like I just think of it completely as an alternate universe. And even in the like wiki, they were saying this takes the place of the Pilaf saga. Like this, the timeline is shifted. Instead of Pilaf, we have Gurame, who's the king of the place, instead of Emperor Pilaf.
I personally, I'll say this: I enjoy the more competent enemies.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the silliness of the Pilaf saga a lot more.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, it matters on what you're wanting. If you're wanting like competence and like good bad guys,
I guess
like this is better for those bad guys that are like actual villains. Whereas like Pilaf never really felt like a villain until the very end. For the rest of the time, it was basically like he's just he was almost like a Team Rocket from Pokemon. Like, he's just going to lose and lose and lose, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now he's actually formidable.
Like in this one, it was actually kind of a struggle for them to win, and the only reason why they did win is because I'm skipping a little ahead. It's because Bulma throws the Dragon Ball into his stomach, into the king's stomach, and summons Shinron, and that's the only reason why they win the day.
I will say that like one of the things that I wrote down immediately in my notes, is that the the animation is just so much better in this than than in the original. It just looked so much better. The characters were like the animation just looked good. Those punches that Bongo threw at her dad, I felt the weight of them. Like, it felt like, you saw his face like concave a bit before he hit the ground. It felt heavy,
Yeah, it's very obvious when you're watching the movie that we in like where we've watched in the series, this animation is many years after.
Yeah.
Because you stated this came to the U.S. in this 95. This was made probably in 90.
Well, with where the manga would have been at by the time that this was released, following that timeline, it's probably only a couple of years older than the OG, but still a couple of years older, and probably or most definitely had a bigger budget.
Yeah, this had a bigger budget than like the point in the series that we're at right now.
Yeah,
and also it's like I will also say, just as a rule of thumb, when you watch any anime movie,
they put more
money into it. Like a great example that I recently watched was the
Castle?
Not Infinity Castle. I haven't watched Demon Slayer. It's the Black Clover movie.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that. I was watching through Black Clover. I ended up watching the movie around the time you're supposed to.
Yeah.
The budget looks way better. Yeah. And that's just a theme for anime movies.
Yeah.
They want them, like, if you're getting a theatrical release, you want to make it like worth people's money to go watch it in theaters and stuff like that.
So you're gonna put more money in the animation. If you're getting new characters introduced for a movie exclusive, you're probably giving them a higher named actor. Like, I know in the Infinity Castle movie, they Channing Tatum played a character in the Demon Slayer movie for the English dub. It's just because if you're putting in money, you're gonna want to at least people want to see where their money went.
You want to make it worth the time to go watch the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if this got a theatrical release or if it was like a straight to DVD or like it was a special on like Cartoon Network or somewhere. Yeah. Some
With it
network.
Being 53 minutes, I doubt it ever got a theatrical release in the States. It might have in Japan, but I doubt it did in the States, being that it's under an hour.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you are going to want to watch this movie, like, it is under an hour. So it's like watching 2 or 3 episodes of this show.
About 2.5 episodes
and
or something.
You get about 2.5. You get like a whole arc's worth of stuff in 2.5.
Yeah, whole arc's worth of content, but it's also an arc that you've already watched.
Yeah.
Assuming that you've been watching along with us.
Yeah. Also, stop me if you've heard this one before, but Oolong is terrorizing a young child, and Goku steps in and stops him after showing off a feat of strength.
Exactly. It's like the one thing I did find really funny was they did put him burning his thumb in the soup in the movie as well.
Yeah, that was pretty
funny. Like there are definitely moments that had me like chuckling a couple times in the movie, which is what you want. You want it to have it be enjoyable. Like again, we had fun watching it, but it was also in the mood of we could have not watched this, and I don't think anyone would have been mad.
Yeah, but it is nice to have a little break and go back and see like the OG stuff. Like,
it is a nice palate cleanser.
Yamcha is different in this alternate universe. I will say that. Yamcha is different in this alternate universe.
Him and Puar.
He let that Uzi fly when they showed up.
Also, him and Puar, I think, are one of the couple only characters that have the same voice actor, or at least sounded similar enough to make you think they did.
That is one of my other major complaints, is that the voices did not sound good. Like, none of the voices sounded right. They all sounded off, except for Yamcha and Puar.
I think Roshi was kind of close.
Roshi sounded off to start, but kind of slipped into it. Bulma was really off.
I mean, Bulma was obviously different. Goku was definitely a different actor.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things, like, it's not that big of a deal.
They're not bad, but it's just when you've been watching the regular stuff and then you hear this, it's just jarring.
It is just you're
really
just so
rough.
Yeah, Oolong was probably the worst of them.
I thought Oolong
of the new
was
ones.
a stunt casting. I thought it was Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
I really did. I thought it was Danny DeVito. We looked it up. It's not Danny DeVito.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, that's what that one felt like. That's why I brought up the stunt casting stuff in the first place. Is like that felt like it was a stunt cast. But
I mean, obviously, we don't know any about like the new characters that were introduced. We can't tell you what their voice, because I assume that they probably don't exist for the rest of the show.
As far as I know, no.
Yeah, which usually is what happens if you have like evildoers or like plot exclusive characters for a movie in an anime, especially.
They're taken care of in that movie, and you don't see them again.
You never see them again unless they just become so much more popular than you expect.
Yeah.
And then you might slip them into the manga later and then just be able to animate it.
It's a gentle foreshadowing to some of the Dragon Ball Z movies. But yeah, sometimes the character will show back up later after being introduced in a movie.
These characters did not feel popular enough in my brain to make me have much faith that they're coming back. Yeah. Not saying that they're bad characters. I'm not complaining about them being bad characters. They're good for what they are.
And I can honestly see them at some point maybe being like in the background, like in like a background shot where it's like, oh, Goku's saving the whole world, and we flash to this like random town, and we see like King Gurume and the girl, something like that. But
I can see that happening, but they're not going to be like plot. They're not going to have a voice line probably.
Yeah, they'll just
other than maybe like if the whole world's cheering Goku on, they might show up and cheer him on. Yeah, but like I don't think they have a voice line. It's one
of those where it's just like a tracking shot of like all the characters Goku's interacted with, and you get. And I'm not saying that happens. I don't remember seeing them again.
I don't know. Neither one of us would know.
This is the first time I've seen this movie. But I also never
did not recognize a single
one of those people. But most of them are mostly basic outside of Pansy, I would say, and Gurume.
Pansy, her dad was
I don't think
a bit
her dad
unique.
Would be noticeable,
Her dad's pretty. Like honestly, her dad, comparative to most people, is big. Except comparative to what Bongo.
Yeah, Bongo.
Bongo is just a mountain. Bongo is the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like he's just ginormous. He's bigger than everybody else.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely didn't dislike the movie. I wouldn't say I would go along the way to say I liked the movie all that much. It was just fine.
It's like a solid
6 out of 10.
Yeah, I was literally about to say about a solid 6.5. Like it's not a total waste of time, but it's also not something that like I would say if you weren't interested in watching along with us, and you don't watch along with us or whatever. I would say, yeah, this is definitely one episode. I'm not going to yell at you if we meet you in the future and you're like, I didn't watch the movie for that episode. I'm like, I don't blame you.
Yeah, the movie is whatever.
It's there. It exists. It's a fun time. You're going to enjoy 50 minutes of like rehashing old memories with slightly different acting and things like that. But at the end of the day, I 100% agree with everyone in the reviews saying skip it. It's totally skippable.
Yeah. I think of it as like a what if story from like Marvel or like an Elseworlds.
Yeah, that's a great way. That's a great way. That's a great way.
What if Gurame was the bad guy? You know, what if Goku fought an army instead of 3 mostly inept people?
Yeah, three relatively inept human beings. 3 relatively inept people. Yeah, because they're not human
beings. You can't
beings.
say human beings because I don't think Pilaf's human, and we know that Shu's not human. Yeah. So it's like 3 inept things.
3 inept persons.
Yeah. But yeah, stop me if you've heard this one before. But Yamcha knows one special move.
Wolfing Fist.
And he lays that on him. And that was one of those, like, oh, this animation is really good moments.
Yeah, like, I guess we should say, at least I'll say, if you are on the fence about watching the movie, I would watch it purely just for the animation. The animation is fantastic. Yeah. It's really fun to watch. Like every hit, every fight, you can feel, like, the weight.
Yeah. And like,
as you said, you felt him getting bit in the face in the beginning.
You feel that. You can see that weight. It doesn't just look like he's hitting him from the side or whatever. You know? Yeah. But we also, something else, if you want to watch this, a call back to the tournament saga we just watched. The rock, paper, scissors ability comes out.
The rock, paper, scissors ability comes out.
The first appearance of that in the timeline, if you take this alternate dimension and replace Pilaf.
Yeah.
Is the rock, paper, scissors shows up here for the first time. It's the first karate move we watch Goku do at any point outside of punching and kicking.
Yeah. It's again, like, the movie has its merits. It's worth it to watch, but if you are on the fence, I would kind of just tell you, like, yeah, skip it. It's not going to hurt you. You're not losing any value by just not sitting down for 50-ish minutes and watching the movie.
Yeah,
you're losing value.
Like, okay.
I hate to sound negative. I hate to keep sounding negative because, like, at the end of the day, I had fun. I enjoyed it. It's an enjoyable watch.
But it's not a good.
It's not a must. Don't rush to watch this. This is one of those. If you're sitting there and you got like a couple hours for bed, and you don't want to commit to a really long movie or anything really long. This is something you could easily put on if you're willing to rent it.
Yeah, and so, like, if just to run down the characters, we got Pansy, who's like taking it upon herself to save her village. Quite noble.
Very, very, very noble child.
You've got Bongo and Pasta, which are like the 2 goons that replace the Mei and Shu replacements, but like competent. Yeah. Bongo is like the heavy. He's there to put down major damage with his punches and stuff. And Pasta,
he honestly seems like a really early character that's like kind of equal to Goku at this stage.
Yeah,
like in the story.
Goku only beats him, quote unquote, by like slicing his like hover scooter in half. And then Pasta seems quite formidable. She's not one to take prisoners. She shoots first, asks questions.
She has guns. She has explosives.
It looked like she killed Yamcha at one point.
Yeah,
I thought Yamcha died in this.
Yeah, when he got riddled with like what is the Uzi or whatever.
Yeah, and
he got
over.
riddled.
I'm like, oh my god.
Might have been closer to it. It might have been like an Uzi MP5 mix.
Yeah. But when he falls over, I'm like, did they just kill Yamcha?
And
then it turns out he did stuff all those blood rubies right in his chest.
Yeah, the blood rubies become a bulletproof vest.
Yeah,
save him.
Yeah, there are fun moments. Like that's another good moment. But, like, yeah, like, you get those 2. You get King Gurame, who we don't really get much of, except for that he's there. And you can tell he's nasty, and then they show him, and he really is nasty.
Like, he's nasty because he's cursed. You do find that out in the movie, that the blood rubies have a curse. It felt like they were, like, pseudo setting it up to be, like, a vampire curse. Like, he just keeps eating and eating regular food, but he has to, like, drink blood, but it just gives him an insatiable hunger that he can't eat and fulfill. Like there was no vampire thing about it, but it felt like those vampire stories or like Wendigo stories. It was like no matter what you eat, you just can't get full. Yeah, unless you like do a certain thing, then you eat a certain thing or whatever. Like a mixture of those 2, but without like having to eat blood or human flesh or whatever.
Yeah, and. So those are basically the only new characters. Then you get Goku, like pre-tournament Goku, like doesn't know
pre-Roshi Goku, like pre-anything. It's literally just Goku from the beginning of the anime. But if he didn't get to like go for a nice jog through the world, he had to learn. He had to learn in 45 minutes.
And I would honestly say it doesn't seem like he learns much of anything.
Yeah. Again, it is
he's
not
just drug along for the ride.
It is not hard to just say that this is an abridged version of like what would be season 1.
Yeah, because Goku is the same character that Goku was, throughout the whole movie, he's basically the same character. Bulma is as dense as she was. Like, she's trying to get a boyfriend without realizing that Yamcha's there. Yamcha is trying to get a girlfriend without realizing Bulma's there.
Yep.
Puar is still Yamcha's lackey. Oolong is still kind of perverted. Not as bad in this as he was in the other. Roshi is still the perv that he is. They say hell a lot more in this. They also say booby at one point.
Yeah.
So, like, those are some of the differences. But other than that, like, all the characters are the same. The turtle is still the same. The only notable absence in the movie is the Ox King and Chi-Chi. But that's because we're not trying to put out a fire to get a Dragon Ball. We're just trying to get to the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, we can assume in this universe that they already, like, either the Ox King just doesn't exist, or it wasn't on fire. Like, they've already got his Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You can assume, honestly, probably the Dragon Ball that... I'm just going to go off and say the Dragon Ball they get before they start getting Dragon Balls on screen is the Dragon Ball. Like, is their Dragon Ball.
4 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, they're like 4 before they got to Goku, Bulma, and then Roshi's.
Yeah, because Bulma has one, Roshi has one, Goku has one.
Whereas I think Pilaf originally only has like 2 or 3.
He only has 1 at the start, and then
he gets the second one
in that
while when you introduce him.
Yeah.
He gets the second one.
Yeah, because he only had 1 to start. But yeah, so they're already more competent, and let's just say they gathered up all the Dragon Balls we saw Goku gather up, you know?
Yeah, that's a safe assumption. Is like they are more competent. They probably already handled some of the stuff that Goku had to handle to get their Dragon Balls.
They had heat-proof suits and went inside the Ox King's castle.
Because they just seemed like they would do that. Or they just had, like, they flew their plane over it, saw the Ox King's castle's on fire, just, like, used the radar grapple, like sent a grapple through his roof, picked it up and left. Like they could have done anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't meet them.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just say they stole Pilaf. Like, they killed Pilaf when he fought back.
Either Pilaf didn't exist and he's literally taking the place of Pilaf and already had one, or they killed him. Because honestly,
they would just kill.
They would have.
Yeah, they literally just killed Yamcha.
They're destroying peaceful farmland to get like the most expensive rubies in the world. They probably killed Pilaf if Pilaf existed in this universe. Yeah. Shu, Pilaf, May, they are dead. They don't exist.
Yeah,
they're in a shallow grave somewhere probably.
And the only thing I have of note to say about this movie is the moral of the story, if you're looking for one for your English Lit class.
Yeah.
If you're bringing this as your essay for your English Lit class, it is that greed and corruption will lead to the suffering eternally until you can stop and take a deep breath and touch grass and eat an apple every once in a while.
Yeah,
that's literally what happens
at the end of the movie. He eats an apple.
He's chasing greed. He finds a blood ruby, and he just goes full capitalism on this place and just eats up every bit of everything that's there until he gets that wished away, and capitalism leaves the earth, and then he's happy and eats an apple.
Yeah, it is a great thing. Like it really is. It does feel like that is a great way to interpret the ending of the movie, because it's like it is just. For the entire time, he's chasing the Dragon Balls. He's chasing the blood rubies.
Yeah, he's just like,
he has this insatiable hunger of greed.
And more and more and more. I need more. I can't stop.
I need more. I need the Dragon Balls to cure myself.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the Dragon Balls happen and the wish happens, he's cured.
And he's happy.
And he's happy again once he eats an apple. And he's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And he apologizes. And that's literally the end of the movie. Goku jumps on the cloud, flies away. Everyone celebrates, and we end the movie.
So here we go then. Since it seems like we're coming to the end, Jesse, do you want to hear your predictions for this movie?
God, I forgot I made predictions for the movie. I'm not even gonna lie.
Your first prediction was that the blood rubies are a MacGuffin. I can surely say that is false.
That is false. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to argue it, but technically they were the MacGuffin that gave him the curse. Yeah. In air quotes, but they're not the MacGuffin
of the movie. It's not like he's chasing.
He was collecting the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls were still the MacGuffin.
Yes, and then your next prediction was this is going to be pre-Bulma. I think survey says that is false.
Survey says.
The third prediction is there's probably going to be a major boss fight. I will give you that one. That one does seem true.
That one was kind of the one I put in there just as like. I need one. I need one right.
There's going to be a fight.
There's going to be a game-winning fight.
Yeah, and that one is true. And then your fourth prediction, kind of in the similar vein of pre-Bulma, was saying that this is going to be a Goku solo film. And survey says that is wrong. So, with those 4 predictions, you went for a total 25% accuracy.
25%. Honestly, given what the actual movie was, I feel good about that. Because I was not predicting a rehash of Pilaf Saga without Pilaf.
When you were guessing your predictions, I had looked up like the general idea of what the movie was at that point.
And you're just like, he's so wrong.
He's so wrong. He's so wrong. There probably is a fight, but he's so wrong on the rest of this.
I get as the fight it was the easiest one to put in there to be like, I just need one to be right. I need to not get 0%.
Yeah.
Just throw in the fight. That's practically guaranteed. Like, if that doesn't happen, then nothing. Like, this won't feel like a Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah. All right. So, with that, you want to pick some predictions for the next 2 episodes and the overall saga of the next saga?
Oh yeah, because we're starting a new saga coming up now.
So the name of the main saga of this is the Red Ribbon Army Saga.
Okay, first prediction. There's a red ribbon.
Yeah. Let's get the easy one. The low hanging fruit. There's going to be an army.
Give me 1 point on the board.
And then episode 29 and 30. Episode 29 is named The Roaming Lake, and episode 30 is named Pilaf and the Mystery Force.
So the Roaming Lake.
Try to think about what happened previously and put the movie out of your mind for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, previously we just finished the Tournament Saga. Goku won. Roshi won. Sorry.
Yeah, Roshi won.
Roshi won, and then they spent all of his earnings because Goku ate him out of house and home of all the money he won, and then they're flying off on their next adventure.
Yeah. And this is approximately now a year after the Pilaf Saga.
Yeah, so the Dragon Balls should be revealing themselves now.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give you some hints to give you a general idea of what's going to be happening.
Oh man. Well, I think for the saga, hearing Pilaf in the Mystery Force.
Yeah.
I think my overarching saga guess
is
that Pilaf is a minor reoccurring character at minimum. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him being a minor reoccurring character. He could be the leader of the Red Ribbon Army, whatever they are. But I'm gonna go that Pilaf is a recurring character for he'll come back for a couple episodes.
Okay.
Just going off of that as a simple prediction.
Yeah.
I think because I'm doing the saga, I'm gonna do the saga first. Give myself more time to think of the episodes. I think the Red Ribbon Army is going to be controlled by a new villain, not Pilaf. I'm not going off Pilaf. I feel like Pilaf, if Pilaf is involved with the Red Ribbon Army, he will try to coup, overthrow the actual leader of the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to guess he's going to fail because he's Pilaf.
Yeah.
He either fails or he fails upwards and somehow it works.
Yeah.
There's no in between. There's no it works like it's supposed to. It's going to be he either gets beaten to a pulp or he trips upwards because the guy falls down a flight of stairs and breaks his neck or something. You know, something stupid.
So you're guessing that Pilaf tries to start a coup.
Yeah, tries to start a coup for the army and loses the army. Loses. And then I think that'll be maybe one more for the saga. Is maybe there is a bit of a training arc in the middle to get Goku strong enough to beat the main villain.
Okay.
Or as they're collecting Dragon Balls, maybe.
Okay.
And then for the next 2 episodes,
the Roaming Lake and Pilaf and the the Hidden Mystery Force.
The Roaming Lake is just throwing me for a loop. It's because I have no clue.
Knowing what it is, it's very easy to see where the steps to get you there. For what it is, because I remember this episode.
There's so many there's so many things.
Back to the tournament saga, not just the final battle, but some of the other characters maybe that showed up in the tournament saga.
Oh, is this a Nam? Are we gonna meet Nam? Is his family gonna just have a new lake in the middle of the desert?
I don't know.
That's my guess. There you go. If you're giving me that hint, That's my guess. Either that or we meet Jiren again. I guess if I want to split the hairs, let's just go. We're either meeting Nam again or we're meeting Jiren again. Those are my predictions.
Okay. Meeting Nam or Jiren again.
Hypothetically, I got a 50-50 shot. It's going to be real funny when it's a 33% shot for both of them, and I missed it.
It's actually Ron Fon.
Yeah, it's Ron
Ron Fon centered episode.
Yeah.
It's actually Bacterian. He's the roaming lake.
Oh yeah, bacteria. They get to a lake and the lake keeps running away because Bacterian's trying to take a bath.
Yeah,
that's why it's roaming.
That's what it is. It's a Bacterian central episode. We learned the tragedy of Bacterian.
He can't take water because it's scared of him.
He literally can't clean himself because all the water in the world is scared. When it rains that night, there's a raining part where it's the sad, depressed raining
There's a
guy.
clearance part where
it's literally
just
right
him in the
above
middle.
him. It just refuses to rain on him.
Honestly,
he just
that's
sits there and being like my tears won't even work.
that's a really funny setup for that's a really funny cursed character for a D&D campaign. So you have to solve this person's problem.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny. And then for the second episode, I think the easiest, just to get one prediction right,
Yeah.
Pilaf shows back up.
Okay.
I think Pilaf or his minions show back up.
Okay.
We'll say that.
I'll put Pilaf or minions appear again.
Just a easy guess. And I'm gonna also say the Mystery Force, knowing what the saga is called, probably the first appearance of the Red Ribbon Army.
The Mystery Force is the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to talk about today before we get into worst part, best part?
I think it's pretty much just worst part, best part.
Okay. All right. So then, Jesse, what was your worst part of this episode?
Worst part of this episode?
Or of this movie, I guess. This is not an episode.
I think it's an easy cop-out answer, but it's just just the skippability of it.
Yeah. That's probably the worst part for me too.
It's the hype and the hope that this is gonna be really fun.
It's our
first
movie.
It is fun. It's our first movie. It is fun to watch.
Anime movies are so fun because so much crazy stuff happens in them.
And it's just a rehash of the entire first saga with different villain.
Yeah, and that's easily the worst part for me. Honorable mention to the crude,
the extended Roshi Oolong Bulma scene.
I almost thought they were gonna grow, or
it was gonna
Oolong was
get
gonna
worse.
let Roshi grope.
Yeah,
him/her.
Yeah, it felt like it was close to getting worse than it was.
Yeah, that I really did think that was about to happen. So, anyways, what's your best part then?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, the animation is just so good. It's hard to pick some of the scenes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with I think any of the fights you can say are good. Yeah. The fighting animations are awesome. It's kind of between Bongo Goku and Bongo beating up Pansy's dad, as because that's just the Pansy's dad one. It's just a good introduction to these villains are they're not the mess. They're not Manchu goons. Yeah. These guys will win.
And then he just gets in the car and they just drive off.
Yeah.
He puts this guy in a hospital and he just drives off.
I will go with the castle raid by Yamcha. That whole bit with Yamcha. And
yeah,
I'll just say Yamcha
too.
in the final act, in general. Anytime he was on screen was just great. Because, Yamcha was kicking butt at the start. Then Yamcha gets killed, basically.
Yeah, gets murdered.
Yeah, I honestly thought he was dead. And I was like, oh my gosh. They just killed off alternate universe Yamcha. Or 3 Yamcha. No.
3 Yamcha's dead.
No. But yeah, overall, I thought that Yamcha, anytime he was on screen was great. Even when he was beating up Goku, the way it was shot was great. The fact that he was literally just letting the Uzi fly, he was just letting that thing sing.
Yeah.
It was just all good. But yeah, that would probably be my best part, is just Yamcha as a character.
I mean, I guess overall, if we want to set a thing where like when we watch a movie, we give it like an out of 10 rating.
Yeah.
I think we've already said our rating.
Maybe about a 6,
6.5. Like it's not abysmal. Like for reference,
it's not
the only movies I think. Certainly the most recent movie I gave a 1 in my movie rankings was The New War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm really easy to please when it comes to movies and stuff.
And this was fine.
And this one, like, I still had fun with it. I can't give it any lower than a 6. And I'm not giving it any higher than a 7. So it's right in that range.
I'm gonna be a little bit more negative and put it at that 6. Squarely. Like, you can have it at a 6.5, but I'm putting it at a 6. It just doesn't do anything for me except for, ooh, this is pretty. Like, and there's only so much, ooh, this is pretty can get you.
I think the 6.5 is just like, oh, it's kind of like, I give it that purely because it's a great way to show Goku actually going up against, like, competent like villains.
And I guess if you, like, don't have time to sit down and watch the whole first arc, you can get the gist of what was going on in this.
Like this is a great like, oh man, I want to listen to the like catch up on the podcast or whatever, and maybe you just want to skip the first arc. Yeah, it's just a great way to do it.
Yeah,
do it.
But yeah, that's basically where I'm going to leave it off at. And so coming in next week, we'll be covering the new Red Ribbon Army saga, starting with episodes 29 and 30. Reach out to us. You can email us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. You can find us on any of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all of those at Becoming Saiyans Pod. And until next week, I have been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye.